Oh, it's going now. It says it's going now. It's picked up. It's working. Not seeing my hand. You seeing my hand? Okay. Says I have a viewer. There's my hand. All right. Wash my hands so I can cook. So, yeah, that's how, if you want to help me today with this, just be the guy watching to tell me what's going wrong. I mean, that's the easy way, you know, you don't have to do anything really. I know you're not feeling up for, but you want to help, and it's a tough call. I get it. Make sure my hands are washed. So make sure my hair is tied back. Nobody wants hair in their food, especially when the hair is blue. I mean, it's okay if you're like the only one watching him, because like this is YouTube. It'll stay forever. Right. Everything is good. I can see. Good. All right. Hey everybody, this is my first time trying to do a cooking segment. What I'm doing here is I am making minced meat pies. I've never made minced meat pies before. I have a general understanding what they are. And then I looked up a ton of recipes and read through all the crazy ass recipes to figure out, how to make it. And I am not doing a traditional minced meat pie. Nope, that's not the plan. It's kind of traditional, but it ain't. Like, I guess the traditional was it had meat and it had fruit, and that was the general consensus. And that usually it had apple, but I don't have apples. Apples aren't in season right now. I probably could pick some up, but I don't know if they'd be quality enough. And when I think of medieval food, I think of dried food. I think of dried fruit. So, I have in a skillet, it's cooled down right now. In a skillet, I have browned ground lamb and ground pork with a bunch of spices. I didn't want to do that part on camera, just seems obnoxious. But I ended up using allspice, nutmeg, clove, and cinnamon. Yeah, they're all over here. There they are. Look, as I show you, 4 different brands. But yeah, clove, cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice. So, because minced meat pie is a sweet pie. And there is meat, but it is a fruit pie. It's a holiday pie, and it's commonly used for celebrating holidays. But it's a Yuletime thing. And so my cutting board's nice and clean. No, yes, maybe, okay, cool. Should be able to see it there. Rolling pin. Got my pie dishes. I have my meat. And what we're gonna do to the meat is we're gonna add 2 types of fruit and nuts. Mix it up good. Then we're gonna roll out our doughs, bottom and a top. Stab them. Oh, I should probably preheat the oven, huh? Well, yeah, this shouldn't take too long. I got some nuts. Strax went out and bought some things, and we already had a bunch of things. Like, we had the lamb for a while. But so, and I'm not using a recipe. It's a lot more fun when you just fuck around and find out. So basically what I'm doing is I'm doing that classic recipe of go until you hear your ancestors tell you to stop. That's the recipe. The recipe is, I think this will do. That's what the segment should be called. I think this will do. So I'm going to crunch up a bunch of walnut. If you're wondering how much meat I used, I think there were a pound a piece. I don't remember. I threw the package away already. Like I said, this is just cooking with fuck around and find it. So, yeah. And if you're wondering about my really bizarre islands that I'm cooking on, when we bought this house back in November, which was just a few months ago, they didn't finish the island. Like, they were gonna put this terrible stone grid work on it. It was gonna be awful. And I was just like, no, don't do that. That is a bad idea. So, like, if you get meat in that, there's no way to disinfect it. Like, it's backdrop wall stuff, and they wanted to put it down on the island, and I was like, no. I will cover the island with whatever I want it to. But, you know, I don't have the time or money yet because, you know, work is scarce. I'm looking for a job. And Woody's looking for a job, and Strax is the only one paying bills, and so the triad is, you know, limping just a little bit. We have food, that's a thing, right? And so I'm gonna do stainless steel. I'm talking about my nuts. Ow. You don't eat the food you're cooking, then what are you cooking? Why are you cooking? You know, why are you doing it? So this is about. Oh, so this is a washable tablecloth, so it's easy to keep clean, disinfect. So this is about a cup and a half. I'd say that's a cup and a half of nuts. A little closer to 2. No, I'm thinking that's about a cup and a half. It's probably a cup and a half. And I could measure it for you guys, but I'm not gonna. Alright, so a cup and a half of nuts go into the meat. I'm like, I can measure this for you, but I ain't gonna. This cutting board thing comes out. So you like pick it up, bring it over the sink, wash it. It's kind of cool like that. So that's the nuts. We got that. Alright. Next I'm going to put in golden raisins. I could do regular raisins, but I'm a really big fan of the golden raisin. It's just so, I don't know. It's got a greasiness to it, I think. You know me. I'm a resident of the planet. What do I call home? Earth. I call Earth home. Alright, so I'm going to stick in probably about, how many cups are in this damn box? 11 servings, 4th cup. What a dick. So, a 4th cup. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, almost 12. So almost 3 cups. Not quite 3 cups of raisins in this box. Alright, good to know. Anyway, I'm going to stick in looking like maybe a cup's worth. Yeah, I'm thinking a cup's worth. Oh, I don't want to put like half a cup in my mouth. That's important, right? You gotta, you want to put it in your mouth. You gotta get it to your tummy hole. Alright. Gold raisins. I can do so much cooking with these. I love gold raisins. Let me see. Golden raisins. I'm hiding the supermarket logo. So, I have this huge obsession with apricots. Because apricots have a vitamin known as B17. And you can't 5 B17. I don't give you supplements, just apparently a large amount of B17 is poisonous. I don't know. I don't believe it. I'm gonna call bullshit. Anyway, B17 helps clean your pineal gland. It helps the seat of your soul stay strong and healthy and allows you to be spiritual and all this other stuff. So anyway, so Trax knows I love these damn things. And I have 5 bags. I'm not sure I have like 5 bags of unopened apricots. So it's like, this was an easy choice, you know. Am I gonna throw apricots in? Yes, I'm definitely gonna throw apricots in. These are, what kind of apricots are these? What is this called? Jerked? Are they jerked? What is this? What would this be considered? What would this be considered? Dried? Just dried? Is that all they call it? They just call it dried? I mean, don't you have to use like a dehydration machine or something to get this quality? I don't even know. Ah! Woody has the sound.
Sorry, what? How's the sound?
Yeah, I thought you were listening to headphones and watching the broadcast.
I was, yeah.
What happened to that?
The phone microphone makes you sound like you're kind of in a box.
Okay.
There's nothing we can really do about that unless we have an external microphone. But you are coming through, and you know, visually and audibly you're coming through.
Ooh.
We just need a better microphone for your phone because
I'm
it
in a
sounds
box.
like you're in a box. Yeah.
Woo! Well, at least if you can hear me, that's something. I mean, does it really matter how fantastic I sound? I guess it does. Quality is good, but this is as indie as it gets right now, you know?
Yeah, really.
You got a phone on a tripod, a laptop using OBS, and you fucking don't even have a microphone. No microphones found here, man. I'm just cutting up stuff. And people are gonna report me to Uncle Roger. Yeah, these apricots are nice. They're really gooey, and they look really sweet. I've already eaten one, not from this pile. I think this is about a cup's worth of apricots.
We do have like 5 bags of them, so.
Yeah, 5 whole ding bags of apricots. I was just saying to the audience. Do I have an audience? Is there anybody? Like I told Evan I was streaming. Lex is off to bed.
I'm not seeing here. Let me go check my phone.
Ooh, these brewers are super sweet. So yeah. It's okay if nobody's watching because it's YouTube. It'll stay. You know, a few days from now, a few months from now, a few years from now, somebody will be like, I don't know how to make minced meat pie. I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna YouTube it and see what happens. And then this really weird video of this crazy lady in her kitchen talking about mincemeat pie will show up. And that's why I like YouTube. 2 years from now, but YouTube, unlike Twitch, YouTube has that potential. There's potential there.
Yeah.
Twitch, you have to be in the moment. Somebody has to find you in that moment. If they don't find you in that moment, that's it. You know, but with YouTube, you could sit there for a while, and then one day, huge, out of nowhere. And I prefer that type. I prefer them odds. I just prefer those odds. This is a big apricot. Look at the size of this guy. This guy was ripe on the tree. He was like, look at me, I'm so plump and fertile.
That's juicy apricot. At least it was.
Oh, it'll be a... So I gotta add more spices to the mix because of the apricots, but you know, I'm doing one of those things. I'm doing me. I didn't measure a damn thing. Everything is go until your ancestors say, that's enough, child. That's how I cook.
And then do 3 more, just in case.
Just in case. Nobody tells baby how much garlic to put in. You know? Do you wanna like grab a seat and chill and talk while I cook? Give me some content. You are a funny individual.
Yeah, sure.
The mystery man in the background.
Let me see if I can find a chair.
Yeah, just stealing from the living room. Living room, dining room, table room, fireplace room. I don't know what the hell to call that big room we live in. I guess that's why I call it the living room. Because it's a big room that we live in. Alright, we gotta clean this up.
There's a name for it, right?
It's gotta be. Because it's like, it's almost 3 rooms in one, if you think about it. Because where the music equipment is, could viably count itself as its own room section. Like, that could be like a dining room, kind of, maybe.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have washed that part. Can I have the towel behind your head, please? That's my clean dish towel for working. I accidentally dropped the other one on the ground while I was setting up the tripod, and I was like, no! Screw that into the dirty laundry. So I just wanna, I'm cleaning. Gotta keep your utensils clean, people. You can't expect to have good utensils if you do not keep them clean. The TSA will take your claws. Take your claws away.
You don't keep your claws clean, the TSA will take them away.
You're gonna take your claws. TSA took my claws away. That is the new earworm. It's really weird.
Yeah.
What is the name of the show that was in?
Oh, it's
called something.
It's a college humor comedy challenge where someone sits on a chair and they have water in their mouth, and it's up to the other comedians in order to make them laugh and spit the water out.
Right, but it has a name.
It does have a name for it. I guess I can't remember the actual name. Is it the Spit Challenge?
I thought the show's name was like, this is why we need Strax. This is why we have Strax in our life, because he knows the name of the show.
Yeah.
And he's watched it before.
I'm fairly certain it's with College Humor. So it's College Humor Spit Challenge.
No, but the show's name's something. It's like, I don't know, dude, never mind.
Yeah.
If Strax was around, I would totally be like, dude, just tell me what's the name of this thing. So,
Absolutely a shot of this one. Yeah.
what is it?
Gillicuddy's Butterscotch.
Oh yeah, do that. Drink. Definitely drink. Go for it.
Never
I
drink.
can't drink, but you sure can. Alright. They can see me stirring it. Has anybody showed up? Is that who wrote that message? Was that you?
No, I did not write a message.
There's a message over there. Monitor the messaging, my monitor.
It's a random thing. I think it's a bot.
Oh, a bot? Okay, bots came by. At least they're looking at me.
Mm-hmm.
The bot's like, hello, I am a bot. You know, looking at this, yeah. Looks like the nut fruit ratio is good to the meat ratio. What do you think?
That's pretty good.
Right, that's pretty good. Let's add some more spices. Like I said, I do this like my ancestors are watching over me and they're like, stop, that's too much. That's how I spice shit. Just wait for them to yell at me in the background. Isn't that considered soul food when you're listening to your ancestors tell you what to do? Is that how soul food works? Like a spirit actually made it? You didn't make it. You're like, great Mima made it.
That would be soul cooking, I think.
Yeah, that's what we should call this. Soul cooking with Savah. Savah's soul cooking. I'm roasting until my grandmother yells at me. So yeah. That was clove and allspice, nutmeg and cinnamon. And because I looked up a bunch of recipes on how to do this, okay? Even though none of them were like apricot and raisins. None of them were apricot and raisins. They were like apples and raisins. Mostly apples and raisins. Peaches. sometimes I make them with peaches.
Hmm.
So I figured apricots are close to peaches. They're in the nectarine family.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Saw recipes that was like pears and peaches or whatever. And apparently these days, modern times, they don't make it with meat anymore.
Really?
Right. They don't. This is lamb.
What do they substitute the meat with, I wonder?
They just do fruit pie. They just make a fucking fruit pie and call it mincemeat pie. And there's no mint in the pie.
No meat in the pie, right?
And yeah, there's no meat in the pie. There's no mint.
Yeah.
I keep calling the meat mint. Alright, so that's not sweet enough. And we're gonna need a sugar additive. That cabinet, top shelf. Please.
Top shelf?
Right there in the corner. You see it? Yellow and white. You can move the laptop. It's not gonna kill anybody. Slide it over. Doesn't affect the camera. Yeah, the pie is supposed to be sweet, and right now it's absolutely so. I'm gonna add some sugar. I think I'm gonna add a little molasses too.
Think that brown sugar substitute?
Yeah, absolutely. Nobody tell me I can't add treacle to my pie. Here comes some treacle. I love the way this crap smells. It takes forever. I'm waiting here forever. If I had an editor, he'd be like dun 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 dun, making like really crazy, specific, epic, waiting music, action adventure style. You know what I'm saying? Suspense. Suspense. A little bit of treacle goes a long way. But you know what? They wouldn't have sugar back then. What if I used honey and maple syrup?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Trying to wrap this sucker together. Well, no, I got this amazing thing that extracts me all the time. I think this is local. Tree Good. They do not support me, but I'm gonna check it out. Where's this from? Tree Hive Syrup is the happy marriage of two of our favorite things, Vermont and Texas honey. Okay. It's definitely not local. Austin, Texas. All the best shit's made in Texas, right? Except there's a lot of lunatics in Texas, too. Texas is like Florida man's little cousin. Alright, so we're going to throw in this amazing maple honey. I'm emptying the bottle. To hell with it. I got another bottle. It was probably half a cup. I want to say. Did you hit refresh? Yeah, just hit refresh. It's fine. You go over to OBS. In the bottom bar, you can see the OBS. Click on it, and it'll give you real time.
Okay. Yep.
So yeah. So we're just gonna mix that up and see how that flavors. All of this in my skillet. This is gonna be a fun one to watch this time. I'm gonna have to re-season it. Because I just threw a whole bunch of honey maple syrup in there. I'm trying to stir it in such a way so the audience can see what's going on, but I can't put it on my cutting board because I need to keep my cutting board clean so I can roll out my dough balls that are airing out of the corner over there. That's kind of just chilling like a villain in the corner over there. Alright, so I gotta see if this is as sweet as it needs to be, or if I have to open. This absorbed that syrup. Look, it's not even wet.
Yeah, really.
Just like legit absorbed it.
Soaked it up.
Alright, so let's grab a piece of meat. Looks like that's a little lamb. The lamb sticks together. See how this looks like a little octopus. Look at that. Look at that little octopus. It's a little octopus. Yum yum. I don't think it needs to be more sweet. Spice is right. Will you please open this? I haven't opened it, and so therefore it's gripped for her pleasure. No. Thanks, Tim.
Oh.
Alright, let's try this again. Let's get some more maple syrup, honey. I like to take my makeup off butter. Who is that? Delta Work or no?
Darien Lake.
Darien Lake. Queen drag queens on my show. I love Darien Lake.
Yeah, Darien Lake is great.
I just not sure what maple syrup. I better pick it up for in 2 days. It'll be a mess. I should wash my hands again. Oh, cooking show means you gotta wash your hands, and you gotta do this, you gotta go over there, you gotta make sure things are going on. Nobody, I don't even know. I don't even know if anybody's watching. So I got somebody to watch later, you know, maybe Evan or Charlie to check it out.
And currently we got 2 viewers, and one of them is me.
Oh, who's the other?
Might have been that bot. I'm not sure.
Botman. Botman. Yeah, the YouTube feed.
Yeah.
Because you're not. You can check it right there on the laptop. You're not going to see anybody if they're talking. You know, I don't know if anybody. That looks good. It smells amazing. That's fucking ridiculous.
Okay, we got a message from YouTube saying that the stream will end shortly. Oh no.
Mockifer. Damn, Cat. How are you forgetting everything? Oh my gosh. It's a good thing I have like hawk eyes. Now I gotta wash my hands again. I'm sure this stream is fine. When I was doing the art one, it would go in and out, but it would never stop.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, so it stayed consistent. I think I might have it. So that was probably a cup of syrup, honey. I'm gonna say. I'm pretty good with my eyeball measurements. You could sit on that thing. Did you bring a chair?
I did, but it was kind of in your way, so.
Was it? No, it wasn't.
So I was sitting right here. And you were right this.
Oh, that's. You're not in the way. You were never in the way, sweet pig. You were never in the way. Flour. Good. Alright, now we're going to get to the pie part. Ooh, I better turn the oven on. We're going to go with 410. 410, I like 410. Gas oven, 410 is really good. I got nuts. My pen is nuts. Nut juice. That looks good. That looks freaking amazing. Like, I wish I could give it a close-up, like. Close up. It's gonna happen. It's
Yeah.
good.
That's a bit.
So I got some all-purpose flour off camera. No big deal. Just gonna rub my stuff. Yeah, probably should be right there. Around the stuff, so bring cat fur anywhere. Cats have fur and they get everywhere. Alright, so I'm gonna flour my board. Flour the board, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Can't wait to have this here with stainless steel. And the counters in here being stainless steel. That's gonna be awesome. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my dough biscuits. And this is just your generic biscuit.
Pillsbury.
Pillsbury endorsing us. It's like a Pillsbury.
Yeah, it's like a Pillsbury. It's like one of those things that came in a cardboard tube.
Yeah, it's tin dough. I can make real dough, but I'm not gonna bore you with that. And besides, why would you when you can just do this? Okay, so, and then I'm just gonna yell at my parents for being in the way. I'm just gonna do this. Just gonna roll it out. It's gonna have nuts in it because the board has nuts in it. But that's okay. I'm here to make nutsy. What is this? 10-bit? It's a 10-bit. You gotta watch out for that. You gotta watch out for 10 bits. A little piece of paper.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, oh man, piece of paper. Hey. Whenever that happens, put more flour in. Okay. Oh, this guy here. I tell you. Hey, buddy, want to give me a nice scoop?
Scoop?
A scoop. That's a spatula, but I need a scoop. Could you get me a scoop? A scoop high? My dear friend.
Or this type of
I like this one. What do you think? I think this one.
Yeah, let's.
This has a lot of skaboom. Skaboom.
Unless you want one of these.
Nah. Skaboom.
Right. You got yourself a skaboom.
I got some skaboom. We seeing this side of the table? Is this being seen? Yeah, I think so. All right.
I'm going to toggle back to OBS. Yep.
So see how that fits? Okay, this what you want to do. These here, let me show you. These hot pipe type dishes. If you get a good one, they get these bumps. These bumps are so damn useful. Use the bumps. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna put it in there. It's the size of the pan, but it's not deep. You know what I'm saying? It's not deep into the pan. So you're gonna use the bumps. You're gonna stretch it, rotate, stuff the dough. You can't see my face, but that's okay because I don't want you to anyway. You guys want to see my face? I need at least 500 subscribers to that. I'm expensive. So yeah, push it down. It's on the bumps. Now you'll notice it's just like boing, boing, boing. It's not all the way down, but that's fine. I do this with pot pies. I do this with pot pies all the time. What you kind of want to do? You take your scoop, scoop it up, and then you're gonna put it in. And the weight of the filling will push the dough down naturally, all on its own. You just trust the filling. Trust it. It's going to do its own thing. So you scoop, fill. Scoop, fill. What I find works with these guys, because I'm using the filling. Oh no, my filling! That's terrible. I'm gonna have to throw it in my mouth. Uh-oh. No. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. So anyway, the filling, okay, does the pushing. And when the filling does the pushing, you can trust it. You know, can I have a paper towel, please? Thank you so much. Alright, so you trust the filling to do that. You want to hump it because you know the corners aren't being filled still. So when you put it all together and you cook it, it's going to settle and fill.
Yeah.
So that works out really good. So take another dough bit. I love smacking them like that, you know, just slam down onto the ground like that. Woody, as my helper, can I just, you put those behind you? You put them behind you. Hey, perfect. Love it. Doing a great job. Best helper ever. Okay. So smack your dough around. Mean it. Be like, good. It won't behave. Trust me. It will fight you. You just gotta fight harder. You just gotta want it more. I've always wanted to do a cooking show. We've been talking about doing cooking in the loft in Westboro when we were doing independent filming.
Yeah.
I was like, how awesome would it be if we could get a house with a kitchen and we can actually do a cooking show?
Yeah.
Well,
Here we are.
here we are. Been in this thing 2 months? Almost 2 months? What day is today? What's the date?
I don't know. It's the 23rd?
Does that mean we moved in November?
No, it's the 27th.
Wow, yeah, 2 months.
It's been 2 months.
It's been 2 months officially. It's 2 months. Okay, so this go right here. This is gonna go right there. We're gonna take this. We're gonna put it over. We're gonna do like we did before. We're just gonna squish. We fold a little. It's okay. Just squish it and fold it. All right. Squish it good. Do. Squish it good. Anyway, then we're gonna need to puncture some holes. I need a fork. And I need the cookie tray, because that's important. You have to put on the cookie tray. When you're baking hot you want to put these on the cookie tray. Thank you, sweetheart. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, they're good. Look at that. First one's done. On the tray it is. All right. Now I'm just going to repeat that. This is going to be boring and long. Ha! You can stick around for the funniness, or now you know what you're doing. So I got the oven at 410. I don't know if you have an electric oven. If you have an electric oven, always err on the side of like 350. 350 is the safety, universal safety temperature for cooking anything you don't know what you're cooking. Yeah, you don't know if you don't know what you're doing. 350. If you know your oven, then absolutely bring it to the temperature you know can cook these kinds of things. So, but yeah. I do 410 because I know 410 is a perfect temperature. It's fun. I never can get a perfect circle. There's always these weird oblong, creative shapes. I don't even know.
It gives a character, though.
It does. It's just very characteristic. I like to always start with like the shorter spot. Like if one side's long and the other one's shorter, I go with the shorter first. I pin down the shorter part first, and then I pin down the long parts. Just kind of, yay. You know, they're not exactly pretty or whatever. They probably could be. Bet you I could make them prettier. Good try. I do have a fork now.
Fork makes all the difference.
I remember, you know, my mom, she probably still thinks I can't cook, you know, and I didn't know that there were other choices until I started eating other people's food. And when I started eating like my friend's mom's foods or my aunt's food or all this other stuff, it then dawned on me. I was like, my mom's cooking is not the only kind of cooking in the world. And why would I want to learn the recipes I don't enjoy? You know, like cooking is a science. You get down the basic principles. That's all you really need. I learned it, and then I was done learning how to cook because I wasn't a big fan of the things she cooked. I don't like fried chicken. I don't like spaghetti. I don't like American chop suey. You know, I don't like the stuff my mom considered a staple. It's all blurb. And you want to know the crazy thing? I can't even remember anything else she cooked. You know, I remember she would cook fried chicken. I did not like fried chicken. She would cook spaghetti. I did not like spaghetti. She would cook American chocolate suey. No, American chocolate suey. You know, but I did learn to do things like make bread pudding. Mom loved making bread pudding, and she was good at making bread pudding. You know, she was pretty damn good at it. I'm making them pretty now somehow. I don't know. So I learned that, and I even though she taught me how to make pancakes and waffles and everything, looking at it from an adult point of view, dude, anybody could teach you how to make pancakes and waffles. You can freaking figure it out with a box. You don't even need a mom for that. Like, it's true. I think she did a pork chop. I don't know if she did pork chops. I know she did a lasagna from time to time, and I didn't like that. For the longest time, I thought I hated lasagna. I thought I hated lasagna because I didn't like how my mom made lasagna. When I would eat other people's lasagna or Grammy Mary's, freaking amazing. My grandmother made these Swedish meatballs. I don't even think they were Swedish. But she made these meatballs that were so cool, so good. And my mom didn't make those kind of meatballs. Is that a nut? Is that a nut in the dough? What is in the dough? A chunk of butter? It's a chunk, yeah, it looks like a chunk of butter. I'm not keen on that. Okay. So it's like, to this day, I don't know if my mom understands that I can cook. Like, she used to tease me. You know.
Mhm.
You know, she would tease me. So finally, one day I broke down and I told her the truth. I think she stopped because she didn't want to be insulted and hurt. And it's like, I didn't want to insult and hurt her, but she wouldn't let up. So I was like, fine. You know why I didn't learn to cook from you? I don't like what you make. I don't think you can cook. Which is unfair. I'm sure she can cook. It's just the things she cooked were just not something I enjoyed. I'm sure my dad liked them, and I think my sister liked them. I know she was a big fan of chicken skin. What about you? Do you have any dishes that you really enjoyed by your mom and dishes you avoided by your mom? Like, I know your family wasn't big on cooking.
Um, I remember one of my childhood favorites was tomato soup and noodles. And that was just you make elbow macaroni and you put it into a pot of tomato soup. Add some pepper and some salt, and that was a pretty good meal.
Yeah,
We've added to it since then, but I mean that was a good staple from my childhood.
it
That
was.
always makes me happy.
It's so simple.
Yeah, it's wicked simple.
Just soup and noodles.
And soup and noodles. Yep.
Like, that is so, you know, back to basics. You know, I think the politically correct, polite way of calling it is back to basics.
My mother also used to make this dish where she would take the biscuit dough, like the bread dough,
Mm-hmm.
and she would put it into a cupcake tin, and then she would fill it up with a ground beef and like green pepper mixture, and then she would put the top of cheese, so that way when you baked it, all the brown meat and everything got soaked into the biscuit, which was baked, and the cheese on top kind of settled it into its own. So
One,
it's like
two,
these little
three,
meat pockets.
4, 5. Two, two. Are these two separate ones, or yeah, yeah. Oh, sir, if I pull the middle one apart. That sounds interesting. I don't think I ever seen your mom make that while we were living there.
Yeah.
I know she got into this crazy niche where she started like constantly making teeny tiny chocolate cream pies.
Yeah.
She loved making those chocolate cream pies. I wonder if she still does it. My mom got into one of those things where she was a mayonnaise and cucumber sandwich kind of woman. And like for whatever reason, she just really got into that whole mayonnaise and cucumber thing. I couldn't. I couldn't. I don't know. Not my cup of tea. All right. Do we have anybody you haven't checked the stream in a while? People could be saying stuff we don't even know. You can use the laptop. You can use the laptop if you wanted to. You really can.
We got two more comments, and I think they're both bots.
Ah, man, those bots are so interested in me.
Yeah, they're speaking on like some sort of a code or something.
I do not. I'm just not. You know what? I'm not the kind of person who discriminates against life forms. If bots want to come in and talk binary to me while I'm cooking, so be it. There we go. This really looks like something my grandma Mary would slap together. She was such a great cook. My grandma Mary was so inventive and so smart, and she just did so many good things. Grandmother had a 4th grade education. But she was absolutely brilliant. You know, I remember once upon a time she used to be kind of embarrassed about that. She'd be like, I'd be like, no, you don't understand. You're living proof that the education system is not really necessary for you to survive and thrive, you know, like you raised how many boys? 5 boys and a daughter. You know, like, that's like, I gotta count how many uncles I got. You're not powdering up. Powder up. So, and the fact that she only made it to the 4th grade, like, she knew how to, she knew how to do math, she knew how to spell, she knew her cursive, she knew how to tell time. You know, what more do you need? She had the street smarts, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was able to put food on the table every night. Chimney sweeps or whatever the heck my dad did. He would get my grandfather involved, so my grandfather would make a paycheck, so my grandparents would be okay.
Mm-hmm.
It really was my dad. You know what I'm saying? It was my dad who made it, so my grandparents were. But my grandmother would do all sorts of stuff. Like, she used to crochet dresses for dolls and sell those. She ran a flea market. She ran the flea market. She started off with her own flea market booth. And before you know it, she was actually the one in charge at the flea market. And so it's one of those situations where you're like, yeah, and 4th grade education. Don't need to go to college to be successful. And I'm really happy about this day and age because people are realizing that. More and more memes are like, I went to college and it didn't do dick for me, but make me poor.
Yeah, really. I'd say like around the 1990s, early 2000s, college became just a fucking scam.
A scam.
A pyramid scheme, really, to just rob people of money and leave them in debt forever.
Right. Absolutely. You know, like, some people, they go to college and they go for a very niche, specific need, and they come out of it and, yeah, they make money. And those people are usually lawyers or doctors or scientists. Like, I have a girlfriend who went to college for 12 years while working internships, you know, and yeah, she does work in her field. And yes, she does make enough money to live and buy her own house, and she has a husband and all this other stuff. And that's great. She is a success story. Fantastic. She's the only one.
Yeah,
Out of all of my friends from high school, she is the only one.
also, from that, she suffers from debilitating migraines. So, I mean, she didn't go through that unscathed. She worked so hard that, you know, part of her brain is kind of is damaged. Yeah, wounded. Like, she's super smart, sure, but like just the right triggers will debilitate her. And, you don't mess with migraines. Migraines, when they come, it's like, you stop everything and you're dealing with that right now.
Right, you know, it makes it so she has a hard time. And, you know, she, like me, is child free, so she wanders the country and enjoys the time she has. You know, but like, and they do have her on a good migraine medicine right now, apparently.
Yeah.
So she's been suffering less. But yeah, that put a toll on her. That put a huge toll on her. I mean, and she's always been a kind of go-getter, overachiever kind of girl. You know, graduate with honors, kind of. Do you think we should put them in? Put those ones in? Yeah, let's put the first tray in. It's good to go. We'll set a timer. 12 minutes. Set a timer, 12 minutes. See how it looks. And actually, before you can, I like my crusts to be golden, so I'm just gonna spray them a little all over it. There you go. Just gonna spray it. A little bit of olive oil. It's all that good.
Behind you.
Okay. Thanks for letting me know. I definitely can feel that heat.
Like when you get the next 4 done in the next minutes.
12. Put on the timer?
Yeah.
Wait, the oven has a timer?
I think it does. I'm going to keep an eye on it. But I set it for 12 and then I immediately went down to 11.
Look at your phone. Make sure you're looking at your phone. Yeah, check there we go. Check that.
Okay. It says it's currently 7:37.
Alright. And 13 minutes from 7:37.
50. 7:50.
7:50. I was getting there. Should have got you nut powder in my bowl. Hit. Yeah, but you're right. Yeah, she does suffer from.
Yeah, and that comes from like having to work long hours and having to
Study
and crunch your brain like constantly.
And on top of that, while she was going to college, she was also working out and trying to maintain her figure. Okay, so there's that.
It's the basic law of what was it? Entropy, essentially. It's like whatever you use the most will wear down the fastest.
Right.
So for those of us who like to work with our muscles and our backs, eventually we end up suffering from back problems. Or for those of us who constantly stand, we end up suffering from hip problems
And foot problems.
For those of us who sing, our throats give out, and for those of us who constantly have to think, our brains are the ones that end up hurting. So.
Yep.
It's sad, but this society shouldn't really be grinding people down to the bone, but.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like we're the only beasts on the planet who pay to live here. That doesn't seem intelligent, if you ask me. We got all of this opportunities in the world to just live a really peaceful, chill, vibey life, and instead, what are we doing? This. Is this really better? I don't know, man. So many people are so unhappy. Millennials, they don't have hope. We millennials do not have hope.
Yeah.
Got one of those pieces of canister. Again. They're like, my life is go to school, go to college, get a job, pay off my debt, pay off my house, die. Like.
Yeah, right? Somehow within there you have 2 weeks for vacation.
Right. So it's terrible. And I know it's not like that everywhere. There are places that are far worse off, but then there are places that are not as bad. Like, you gotta consider the fact that it's like, yeah, there are worse off places, but there are also places where people don't work at all. They don't have to spend their entire day slaving away. They just live their lives. And it's like, they're like, oh, they're not living in mansions. They don't have all these cars, and they don't have televisions and watches and phones and blah blah blah. It's like, no, but they have food on their table and they don't have to answer to anybody but themselves. Like, it's okay not to advance. Oh, I need to use a cookie sheet. Thank you. I don't know if I'm going to have enough fixing for all 4. I might end up making 3 and then 2 biscuits. But that's okay.
All the filling got used.
Yeah, as long as all the filling gets used, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
We'll know how good this ends up in a little bit. Can't wait to eat it. I'm hungry. Yeah, it's got nuts. Don't worry about the flecks. Those are nuts. How's the stream coming along? Looking good? Looking sharp?
Yep, it's looking good.
Nice. Stop. Shelly. all the way around. This is fun. I like, making food to begin with, so doing this.
Yeah.
This is gonna take forever though. Nobody's gonna want to watch this. They'll watch the first half on how to do it and then call it good, maybe stay long enough to find out how long you guys stuck it in the oven. Because I was like, 13 minutes. Took me a minute to remember that it should be something like 13 minutes. You're not cooking the inside of the pie. That's not the point.
Yeah, you're just cooking the biscuit.
You're just cooking the biscuit. 1, 2. Why do I have an extra? I have a problem. What do I have a problem? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. Dude, I'm tired and hungry. If you're tired and hungry, counting will not be your strongest suit, right?
Yeah.
What do you want to do after this, after the broadcast? Do you want to watch a show?
Yeah. Well, I guess watching the show would be nice.
Anything in particular?
No idea.
No idea. Well, we could see if Scar or Green have posted their hardcore.
Sure.
Because if Beans did, Scar or Green might.
We already know that Scar has built a roller coaster.
I cannot wait to see him build a roller coaster. Can't believe they took him into the Nether.
Yeah. Not just the Nether, it was the end.
Oh, that's what I meant. The Nether. The end. Yeah, they took him into the end. What were they thinking, taking him into the end? Those crazy people. I never feel the sharks will be coming down the stairs and going to the bathroom. Let this energy rate as if he's awake. I don't know. Probably not.
Might be down soon, though.
Yeah, I'm usually good about it, aren't I?
Yeah.
Finger, what the heck? I'll just seal it with forkness. Look at my forkiness. You're so good.
No one can give a fork like you.
Hey, look at all my forks. I have so many forks to give. I don't give a fork. Ta-da! Soon I will put it in my tummy hole. Right there, we're so close.
Yeah.
Actually, I might have just enough filling.
One of them might be a little small, but that's not going to be empty, right?
Even the yeah, that should work, right?
Yeah.
Anybody say anything? Looks like a comment.
No, those are those bots.
Even the blue-green one?
Yeah, the blue-green one is it looks Russian, but he says I don't know. They're saying weird things.
It's a code. I can't understand.
Okay.
I'll have to Google it later and see what it stands for. But
What's it say for viewers? Does it say anything?
The concurrent viewers are 2.
Okay.
Chat rate's about 0. You have 1 like. That came from me.
Aw.
3 playbacks.
3?
Yeah, 3 playbacks.
Interesting. Somebody was paying attention to how I was doing this. Crazy. I'll have to check out the analytics. Look how circular that one is. Oh, look how circular that one is. It's almost perfect. Okay, don't ruin it. No, get back. Thank goodness for these little dots. These little dots really just squish them into the dots. Just squish it. Squish it into the dots. What's going on?
The timer looks like it's counting down the last minute.
We're almost at 50?
Yeah, about 2 minutes away, so maybe our oven time is a little past that. So I'm not smelling it.
Yeah, I'm not smelling anything cooking. It does not smell like it's cooking. And counts.
Let's see what this timer sounds like.
Very generic. Flip the light on. Oh shit, no, those are done. Pull those out.
Pop it, please.
Yep. 1, 2. I just threw powder. Okay, thanks. I just threw flour at my stove. I threw flour.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does look amazing. That's not. Okay, make sure that's just not. Just like with the Great British Bake Show, sometimes I just throw things. Like that one really cool chef that the contestant who was just like whack, whack, and he's just like Jorg or whatever his name was. Jurgen. Oh, Jurgen. Oh, Jurgen. How he would smack his dough around. Always a pleasure to watch this man.
Bread making machine of German engineering.
Absolutely. My circles are getting better. This is fun. I had no idea whether or not these would, if they're going to turn out good or what. Just doing it though, These are so golden.
Yeah, I think when you're done, we should probably put it in front and
Show them.
Show the audience.
You just put them right there.
That's what the fourth one.
This is great. One more to go. And absolutely just enough to make 8. Look how cosmically perfect that turned out to be.
Yeah, right?
Just keep dipping my hands in the flour bed.
Praise the flying spaghetti monster for its races.
Roar! So satisfying. It's the slap. That slap is so satisfying. Oh my gosh. No. What is with you? No, stop it. I'm glad I did this. the stream. Not just the mincemeat pies, but the fact that I was like, you know what, we're gonna stream it. We are gonna stream some minced meat pies. Oh, oh, oh. Ugh. Stop. Stop. You just stop your shoot. Stop it. This is funny. It really is. It's because it's like, you know, I know I'm on camera right now. I know, you know, there will be an audience for this at some point. How fun is that? Don't you just want to lick the pan? Oh, lick the pan. It just looks so lickable. It's gonna be sweet, and it's gonna be savory, it's gonna be spicy. It's gonna be so perfect. Well, yeah, it could have been more full, but that's okay. Right? I mean, I want to get some more juices. Dude, that's amazing. Here you go. What? I'm gonna lick the napkin. A good chef samples their cooking.
Right.
All I'm doing, I'm just sampling the fare.
How are you supposed to know if it tastes good if you don't taste it?
Glad I did dishes first.
Yeah, totally.
And then you tell your dough, get in there!
I pay the doctor bills, baby.
So I'll break what I want. Yeah. You just came up with a choir line.
I did.
Oh, it's such a good song, too.
Yeah, let's slap you
Yeah.
around.
This Toilet Earth. Pretty sure slap you over it. No, I think it's Scum Dogs.
That might be Scum Dogs. I think it's Scum Dogs of the universe.
Yeah, it's Scum Dogs. I mean, the opener for Toilet Earth is Saddam A Go-Go. And that is a great song. All day, every fucking day. Yeah, come here for the cooking in the mess hall. As I quote the master.
We should show the before and after.
Yeah, is that how you want to do it, a before and after?
Well, I mean, that's where you have the before, and here is the after.
Actually, put that back on the thing. There we go. And then you just put that one right there.
When you bake them for 12 to 13 minutes, come out looking very toasty.
Yeah, you got it on OBS to see.
And it's coming through, yeah. Yeah, there it is. That looks good.
Seriously, if we edited, this is the thumbnail. This is the thumbnail right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. All right, let's put these guys in the oven.
Alrighty then.
And wrap up this live stream. Do you put them in sideways or front ways? Like what do you do?
Put them in sideways.
This way?
Nope,
This way?
that way.
Hello. Alright everybody, thank you for joining me and Woody today as we streamed for the first time in our kitchen. Making some mincemeat pies. I don't know. Usually cooking streams open one up and be like, oh, look at this. But I think we're going to let these suckers cool. And I don't know. Do you want to? It's cool already.
They're already cool.
Should we open one up?
Yeah, sure. I mean, not the eat one anyway, right?
Oh, I can taste that allspice. Ooh, yeah. The pies themselves are hot. All right.
Okay. Would you like to do the honors?
Oh, thank you.
Ooh, buttery, flaky crust.
Yeah, look at those flakes on that. That's amazing. All the way down to the bottom. I can feel the bottom is nice and cooked. Wow. That looks awesome. Let's give it a go.
Yeah.
You want to grab a fork? Okay. Well, looks like the bottom might be a wee bit doughy. And the juices, you know.
Mm.
Mm. Mm. Oh, wow. Did you put a timer for that one?
I did.
Okay. Yeah, the bottom's a wee bit doughy, so I'm going to say on this next batch, 14 minutes.
Okay.
Was it juicy?
Yeah, well, you can see how the juice is coming down from the bottom.
Mm. The juice is all the way at the bottom. I think the dough's cooked, it's just the dough is moist because of the juice.
Yeah.
Top is perfect. Ah, shit, I didn't spray those other ones with olive oil like I did the first batch. Let's see how that turns out. Yeah, now we're just eating it. Thanks for watching.
The spice with the fruit and the nut and the meat goes very well together.
Uh-oh.
I don't know how to set this off.
Well,
We're going to have to finish our stream now.
hold on. You gotta go. Last time I streamed it did that, so I know.
Okay.
Okay, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I will talk to me on Twitter, man. Follow my Twitter to find out what I'm doing. And yell at me if you need to. I don't even care. And I'll see you guys all in the